So the earth is flat, and for me, I'm just watching this thing happen. I'm seeing what it is, why it's happening, and I'm seeing all these important, special people that are special to me, people I love, people I care about. Can't figure it out. They cannot figure it out. There's this evil force that keeps them from seeking the truth. Because we couldn't have been wrong. Scientists for thousands of years have known this and that. But the problem is that you're wrong. All your science is wrong. It's not even science. Here's what science would be. The ground. I use this for my example because you can't argue with this, okay? There's a fact in this world, in this reality, that every one of us experiences 24 hours a day, every day, our entire life. And that fact is that the ground that we live on is not in motion like we were taught. It's not in motion. That's a fact. Because have you ever looked at it? Have you ever paid attention to it? Now the sky is in motion, but the ground is at rest. And these people I care about, they actually think I'm dumb and that I don't understand how gravity would work and all this other stuff. Although I understand it better than any of them. I understand it far more than any of them. That's why I'm a flat earther, guys. But there's another thing I wanted to talk about, though. How many years has this been going on? And there's these people, I'm one of them, that won't let it go. Will not let it go. Till the day I die, or till the day something happens, I will be talking about this. Maybe not every day. Well, I'm talking about it every day in my own life, but maybe not on YouTube every day or on TikTok every day, because it does seem pointless. It does. It seems pointless. You hear these...
Use the left lane to continue onto Viking Boulevard Northwest.
Don't even mean anything. That the globe... Like, okay. If you're on the ground...
Continue straight.
Get something at in the distance. If you're standing on the ground and you see it, and then if you get on a ladder and you look at the same area, you're gonna see more of it. And people actually say that that's a proof that the earth is a globe. And I'm like, no, that's just you changing your angle. Of course you're gonna see more when you go higher. That should be obvious. But there's stuff like that where it's like, what are you in? Did you forget?
Continue onto Viking Boulevard Northwest.
Did you forget what words mean? Sorry if you guys can hear my GPS, my directions or whatever. And if you can't, good. So my point of view, that's what I want to talk about, my point of view. Okay, you might think the Earth's a globe, you might think flat Earth is dumb, or you might have realized, hey, we were all raised and reared in a world that was wrong. A world that was believing most...
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto Twin Lakes Road Northwest.
So this is a rant, by the way. I'm ranting. Okay, I'll just give the specific example that kind of makes me feel like a rant is like appropriate in a way. Okay, the flat earth thing. Okay, so now I'm gonna talk about the flat earthers. Space is fake. Those dumb astronauts, they're faking it. Okay, they're faking it. And the flat earthers have this
In half a mile, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Twin Lakes Road Northwest.
It's just some people at NASA. It's these elite people behind closed doors, you know, like the Rockefellers and George Soros, you know. They're ruling the world and they're lying to the whole world successfully. They deceived the... Come on. To those flat earthers, it bothers me that you can't think a little bigger.
At the roundabout, take the first exit onto Twin Lakes Road Northwest.
Putting into appropriate perspective. You just think there's a bunch of liars in the world. Although you yourself, as a flat earther, you would not call yourself a liar. You'd say that you're seeking the truth, right?
In 1 mile, at the
Everybody else
roundabout,
around you is
take the
lying.
second exit onto Twin Lakes Road Northwest.
Lie and everybody believes them. The whole world believes these NASA astronauts, right? So I popped in on Karen B's unveiling this realm channel today, and she mentioned yesterday there was four astronauts that launched on a SpaceX Dragon capsule for NASA, or well, they weren't all NASA, but 4 astronauts, and they docked with the space station yesterday, and they're gonna live 6 months on the space station, okay? And Karen's like laughing at it. It's so dumb, it's so fake. And I'm like, okay, so I'm just gonna put in the chat to Karen that 2,000 years ago, someone actually described what happened yesterday. Someone wrote it down
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto Twin Lakes Road Northwest.
in the book of Revelation, chapter 16. And it's unmistakable. But anyway, I just wrote that, and then I put the Revelation 16 verse 13, where John says, now this is John the prophet that wrote the book of Revelation. He got a vision.
In 3/4 of a mile, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Line Avenue Northwest.
And he said, I saw 3 unclean spirits, like frogs, coming out of the mouth of the dragon, and out of the mouth of the beast, and out of the mouth of the false prophet. And then it says, these are spirits of devils who go forth to the kings of the earth, doing miracles to gather them to battle against God in Armageddon. Astronauts are unclean spirits. They might look like people. Stop entertaining angels.
At the roundabout, take the first exit onto Line Avenue Northwest.
So Karen, she didn't say anything. She didn't say anything at all about it, and that, you know, I'm not trying to tell Karen what to do. Karen does great. I'm saying that it's troubling to me.
At the next light,
It's very
turn right.
to me that people just think it's a joke. Think it's a bunch of liars. Just a bunch of little liars. Do you guys not realize it's the end of the world? Do you guys not realize that these rockets that they're sending up, these are devices that God appointed to destroy this world? The sorceries of men, flying machines that are actually devils, they're actually demons.
At the light, turn right onto Main Street Northwest. Then turn left onto US 169 South.
But, so, nobody's lying. Nobody at NASA's lying. The Rockefellers don't run the world. They might be rich, whatever. They might have influence. But this is a spiritual battle, guys. Wake up. This is not like, okay, is Flat Earth a conspiracy theory? Is it a conspiracy? Who's in on it? Well,
At the light,
okay,
use the left 2 lanes to turn onto US 169
it
South.
is. But there's nobody in on it. It's not a human conspiracy. It's a satanic conspiracy. Do you see the difference? Do you know the difference? We struggle not against flesh and blood, but against powers and principalities and the rulers of the darkness of this world, spiritual wickedness in high places, in the heavenly realm, cosmic powers of evil in the heavenly realm. And the flat earthers think space is just fake. That's sad. If you want to be deceived, just like the globe, then NASA's a bunch of liars. The people that work at NASA are a bunch of liars, I guess. Even though they're the same as you, flat earther, and you'd say you wouldn't lie. You say you don't lie. That your neighbor that works at NASA or your cousin that works at NASA, you're accusing them of lying, and they're not. Wonder how that's going to go over in the next world. I would say, think bigger. Think bigger. Your mind is limiting you from the truth. It's clear in the scriptures. You know, in the very end of the world, the very end of days. Do you know?
In 3/4 of a mile, continue onto State Highway 101 South.
It says that. Sorry, I lost my train of thought there. One of the things it says that'll happen at the end of the world, and I lost what I was thinking about. You guys. Well, Jesus said that you'll know the truth and it'll set you free. I've been set free. All you Globers need to try it once.
Use the left 2 lanes to continue onto State Highway 101 South.
There's a thing being done right now, and I've been watching for many
Continue.
years, watching it, and that's hard to just sit here.
In 4.1 miles, take the exit onto 45th Street.
I would say that almost none of the flat earthers, or the whatever, people seeking the truth, I would say almost none of them see space as a bottomless pit. Like, the place where NASA and SpaceX go. Like, low Earth orbit, the solar system, anywhere like that. Yeah, that's an abyss of darkness, guys. Why do you think they're in 0G? They're not in Hollywood basement. They're not in a swimming pool. They're in outer darkness where there will be weeping and gnashing of teeth. It's all in the Bible. Oh, that's what it was. It's written in the Bible more than once. It's written in the book of Enoch that there would be, well, it says in Revelation the Gentiles, it would be given them to tread New Jerusalem underfoot. Or to, tread New Jerusalem underfoot. Where's New Jerusalem? That would be up in the heavens. That'd be in, because it comes down out of heaven from God. So that, and in Enoch 56 it says that it's actually talking about the fallen angels. And it says that they will be, they will go up and tread underfoot the land of his elect ones. That's New Jerusalem. That's the holy city, the temple of God, in heaven. The holy city.
In 2 miles, take the exit onto 45th Street.
So it says this in the scriptures that they're going to be going up there. And it says that it would be like a threshing way and what did it say? Like a threshing floor and a highway. Okay, here's another one. It's time to open your eyes, people. I'm not saying I know anything you don't know. We know the same things. But you're looking at it as if there's a bunch of liars in the world that are just like you. They're the same as you, except you wouldn't lie. come on. Let's think about some of these things, okay? I heard an old video from a year ago or something. Sean Griffin was talking with Austin Whitsitt. I don't understand, guys, but so they're talking about bondage that the fallen angels are.
Use the right lane to take the exit onto 45th Street.
For 70 generations in the valleys of the earth. Well, brush up on Enoch, Sean, and Whitsitt. Go back to chapter 10 and look at.
Take the exit, then turn right onto 45th Street Northeast.
Piazza and his associates would be
At the light, use the right lane to turn onto 45th Street Northeast.
they'd seen the destruction of their offspring. That they would
Turn right.
be buried in the valleys of the earth. That would be the ground. Buried in the valleys of the earth for 70 generations.
Stay in the left
This
lane.
is what Enoch wrote. 70 generations in the valleys of the earth. Okay, so they were talking, Austin and Sean were talking about that. And of course, my ears perked up. Because I understand what that's talking about. That was actually a prophecy of Christ. Because if you read after it says that the sentence would go forth that they'd be buried in the valleys of the earth for 70 generations, it tells you what happens after the 70 generations. So after the 70 generations, there's another judgment that's like an eternal judgment. And it says in those days, so this is at 70 generations, after they've been buried for 70 generations, in those days, they shall be led off to the abyss of fire and to the torment, or to the confinement and the torment, or the torment that they'd be confined in forever. And also those who are evil, other evil souls or devils or whatever. So, where's the abyss of fire? Well, Enoch described seeing 7 wandering stars there. Just think of the solar system, guys. The earth is not in the sky either. So don't put the ground up in the sky and pretend that the earth isn't in the sky. The solar system would be in the sky, okay? Not connected at all. The earth is not part of that system. So Enoch, just Google this. Just Google it. Because, like, straightforward here. So people are always talking about, when is this 70 generations up? Well, 70 generations is this long and this long. No, just go through the...
Continue onto State Highway 241 West. Then at the roundabout, take the second exit.
Guess who was born 70 generations from Enoch? Jesus Christ. Jesus Christ was born 77 generations from Adam. 70 from Enoch. So I wonder who was going to lead them off to the abyss of fire.
At the roundabout, take the second exit onto State Highway 241 West.
Resurrect the souls of the righteous that were in Sheol in the valleys of the earth. See, hell used to be in the earth. It's not anymore. Why do I say it's not anymore? Well, because the Son of God was crucified, and when he gave up the ghost, many graves were opened, and many bodies of the saints. Sorry, I gotta do a little crazy driving here. People are just going slow, and I'm trying to get to a meeting. So the 70 generations happened a long time ago. that happened 2,000 years ago. And so they've been in the abyss of fire ever since then, because Jesus, he gave up the ghost. It says this in Matthew 27. He gave up the ghost, and he descended into the heart of the earth for 3 days. And he conquered hell and death. Okay? He has the keys to hell and death. There is no souls in hell. In Matthew 27, it said when he gave up the ghost, and there was witnesses of this, the centurion and those who were there, that witnessed nature changing. Earthquake, rocks were rent, the veil torn. It was darkness from 6 to 9, the 6th to the 9th hour. Okay. And what did it say? And many bodies, or many graves of the saints were open, or many graves were open, and many bodies of the saints arose and went into the holy city. So, Sean, I'm not sure, I kind of think that you haven't understood the way that what Jesus did when he was crucified. Now, I'm not saying I understand it all, but I'm learning it. I'm learning what he did. Hell, let's say my grandmother, who passed away some years back. My understanding, she's not in the heart of the earth, guys. I mean, her body would be in the graveyard where we buried her. Her body. But I'm talking about the part that's not her body, her soul. Where did her soul go? It's a good question. People often say that go to Sheol in the heart of the earth. Sorry, guys. Sheol's in the firmament. Sheol, I don't know if it's called Sheol, but hell's furnace, lake of fire, it's across from the delightful paradise. They're both in the heavens. There's a divide between them, right? It says that in 2nd Ezra 15 that it would appear that hell's furnace would appear across from the delightful paradise. That's right now, guys. So what I'm trying to say is that 70 generations came and went, and none of us understood it. Not one of us understood it. And so, just like the earth not being a globe, just like space not being an empty place where there's spaceships and it's like a big universe, just like that not being true, hell is not in the earth. Hell has nothing to do with being in the earth. Jesus came.
Continue onto Central Avenue West.
Because he redeemed all of the souls.
In half a mile, keep right onto Central Avenue West.
Their bodies came out of their graves, and they went up into the holy city. And they were seen. The centurion saw him, and after they saw that nature and stuff, the centurion's like, oh, this was truly the Son of God. They knew he was the Son of God because God showed everyone there what they had done right after.
Stay in the second lane from right.
So, stuff like that, I mean, sometimes it seems pointless to bring it up. Like, because someone would, let's have a debate on my channel about if the 70 generations was when Jesus...
Use the right lane to keep right onto Central Avenue West.
This isn't debatable. Go to your Bible.
Keep right.
Quickly, there was a prophecy.
In 8.4 miles, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Dag Avenue Northeast.
It was God, the Lord of Spirits, commanding Michael, the archangel, to do this 70 generation thing. And what I understand now is that those 70 generations were a prophecy about Jesus Christ coming and being crucified. And I'm not sure I understand all of that, but he was being crucified. One of the reasons he was being crucified so he could get into hell, get into Sheol, whatever, get into the heart of the earth to free the captives. So the abyss of fire, that's where Enoch said there were 7 wandering, transgressing stars that didn't obey God, and they didn't go in the order that he prescribed for them. And so God bound them, and it even, Enoch 18 even says that they were rolling over a fire. These 7 stars, planets, whatever. So there's your solar system, it's hell. And if you believe you're in a globe, guess what you're doing? You're already perpetually falling into hell on your little globe. Get off. I don't even know what to say. You might have noticed I haven't been making videos lately because they'd all be like this. I'm shocked that people don't want truth. People, like even the truthers, refuse the truth. That's weird. Like the truthers grew up, you know, that was the other thing. I just had a birthday. I just turned 46. 46. That feels old. I have had my driver's license for 30 years. Whoa. 30 years. So, why am I bringing up my age? Because I lived 37 years of my life on a globe. Never thought anything about it. Of course it's a globe, right? Then I saw the truth, and at the same time that a lot of people saw the truth about the globe. No, it's a lie. Earth is flat and stationary. Okay, and then it almost seemed like, probably to all of us, or to many of us, that was kind of the thing. That was kind of like this lie, and we've overcome it. Like we've gotten to the side of truth on that. And then it's like, oh, let's go back home. Let's go back to work, whatever. We've been wrong about everything, guys. We've been blind. We don't understand the scriptures. We don't comprehend them. We don't understand what God wants us to understand. The only way that we understand anything is by exactly the Son of God. Everything is made possible because of him. His words, not mine, his words, he said that he would send the Spirit of truth to guide us into truth and to show us things to come, to show us the future. And we're not going to get it. We're not going to understand it. We're like looking through glass that's dark. It's like we can't see it. Even though we're actually involved in God has called us to be his voice in revealing the truth, exposing the lies. And he's called many of us to out here and put it on our heart and said, hey, everyone needs to hear this. Everyone needs a chance to understand this. The gospel of the kingdom of God. He's got a kingdom and it's coming. Some people think it already came. Maybe. I don't really know. I don't really care. I'm at the point where even what I do understand in the scriptures, stuff that I don't even talk to anyone about. I've never even mentioned some things to people because every time I think of it, I'm like, all that would do is just discredit me among anybody that does hear some things that I say. It would discredit me because simply unbelief. They won't believe it. Okay. So here's another story, and then this is the end of my video. This part isn't a rant, but this part is kind of cool. I don't know how it happened like this, but okay, Zetetic Warrior has a morning show he does there Monday through Friday. not always, but almost every day, tune in, say hi, or whatever, listen to what he's doing. Sometimes I call in, or whatever, pop in to his stream. He was playing a video that he did over the weekend with Rose 777 and David Weiss, Flat Earth Dave. And I was listening to it, and they were, okay, Flat Earth Dave, or David Weiss, DITRH, he's always talking about outer space, but he's not talking about like above us, he's talking about like outer lands. Like we have where we live on the earth, and then we have like an ice wall or something, a boundary, because water needs a boundary. Like every lake has a boundary. So he's always talking about extra lands or hidden lands. So I put in the chat, I was like, it just made me think of Hebrews, I don't know, chapter 11 maybe, chapter 8 maybe, I don't really know. It's the one about faith. I'm sure you're probably familiar. Abraham, he went out and he was searching for hidden land, you guys. So I put that in the chat because Abraham, he was sojourning in the land of promise, okay? And he was searching for a city that had foundations, whose maker and builder was God. That's flat earth, but anyway. He was
In 2 miles, at the roundabout, take the first exit onto Dag Avenue Northeast.
What did that say? 2 miles, okay. Like, sorry guys. Okay, so I just put that in the chat, right? Abraham was searching for hidden land. That's what I wrote. And Satanic Warrior like displayed my comment on the screen. Right when he clicked my comment on the screen, what does David Weiss say? He was talking about like how it's changed his life, or what his life has changed. He's like, I used to have all the things that the world would consider, success. I was owning my own business, making a ton of money, properties, and he goes, and I gave it all up. And I didn't even know if I'd have any income. I didn't even know. But I did it. And what he's saying is, because he knew the importance of it, and he knew that that's all he was going to do the rest of his life, is talk about this. Try to spread the truth. And it's so weird, like, I'm going to start calling him Daverham. Abraham, it says that this is in Hebrews, it says that there was an inheritance that was his. But, oh man, how does it word it? Let's see. It says, Abraham went out, because the Lord told him to. He went out not knowing where he was where he would end up, not knowing where he was going. He sojourned in the land of promise with, that's what David just said. He said the same thing.
At the roundabout, take the first exit onto Dag Avenue Northeast.
All of that, without any knowledge of if I'd be okay, or if my bills would be paid, or anything like that. It's exactly what Abraham did. Exactly what Abraham did. He said, oh, you've got something for me to do, God? Well, I'm just going to take your
In 1 mile, turn left onto 30th Street Northeast.
and I'm going to obey it. Even though I don't know if that's a good idea or not. I have no idea if that's a good idea. I don't know if I'll be alright. Maybe it's a bad decision I'm making, but I'm trusting you, God. So anyway, there's the half-hour video, 34 minutes. That's insane. But I'm just pulling up to my meeting. So, I think I'm going to upload this. I don't know. Come on guys, wake up. Wake up, wake things are much deeper than just a bunch of little liars. And keep in mind, the people that you're accusing of lying, these are just people like you. They get up in the morning with the same intentions you have in the morning. They love their family. They love to do good. They love to help people. Come on. You're just calling them liars because you think they're lying. They're not lying.
Turn left onto 30th Street Northeast, then turn right onto Greenbrier Lane.
Not a human.